Ah, there it is, the only ice hockey game that I've ever played, or probably will ever play for that matter. And this is mainly because I'm not really a sports guy, but when it comes to older sports games, I do like them more because they tend to be more arcadey than realistic. Case in point, ice hockey. It's just a simple little game about playing ice hockey, although unfortunately you can't play as professional players or teams, instead you being represented by whatever country you pick as well as generic players. Although the plus sides to this is because of when this game came out, there's this weird novelty of being able to play as countries that don't exist anymore, most obviously the USSR, or go against them if you really want to. And the other positive is when it comes to the players, you get to choose what types are on your team, with you having the option of a thin, tall man who can go fast but gets pushed over easily, or a big fat man who goes slow but can shoot very powerfully, or just a standard average dude who can do, well, average. And you could choose how many you want of each version on your team. Like if you want 3 fat dudes and 1 thin dude, you could do that, or if you want all standard players, you could do that too. You can also choose how fast the game is played with the speed option, or how much time it takes, or even if you want to play 2-player against another human. But anyway, after you choose the countries that you're playing as and you're going up against and your players, you're actually now ready to actually play the game. And well, now you're playing ice hockey. You gotta try and get the puck into the enemy's goal. You start off with the, I believe it's called the tip-off, where you try to fight over who gets the puck first. And then if you obviously don't get it, you gotta try and steal it from the other team, but if you do get it, you gotta keep pushing the other side and try and get it in. And well, despite being very simple, it's honestly really fun. Yes, what you're getting here is a very simple, straightforward game on the NES, which they are very well known for. But this also being an NES game means that there's a bit of difficulty backing it. When you're not playing 2-player against another human, the CPUs can really screw you over, them managing to pull one over you a few times. Although I do admit I'm not as well versed in this game as I probably want to be, so it's definitely part my fault as well. Like when it comes to teams, I don't know what the best balance of players is, and especially that freaking goalie, I have no clue how the hell you're supposed to outsmart him. But despite all this, I'm still willing to learn and still willing to play because the game is just, again, genuinely fun. And while that's all the main stuff for this game, now for, I guess, the little stuff, like the fights that break out where it becomes a button masher for a few seconds, and whoever has the last guy standing wins for that team, and then the other team has a penalty and loses a player for I don't know how long. There's also a neat little halftime show with the Zambonis, and just like I'm assuming in a real hockey game, after the halftime point, you switch goals and now you're trying to push the other way. And when the game is all said and done, there's even a victory celebration. Although unfortunately none of my teams ever saw it. And well, I think that's everything that needs to be covered. Or wait, no, there's still the graphics and I guess the music, which for the graphics are pretty well detailed for an 8-bit game. These are pretty good sprites for the players, and then the actual ice rink looks not half bad, although the audience is expected to be not as good as quality. Oh, and I guess the animations are pretty good. And as for the music, it's, well, sportsy-ish. Chip tunes, that's kind of what you expect. It's not half bad. Right now I think I've covered everything that's worth covering, which makes this a shorter video than usual, but hey, it's just a simple ice hockey game that's fun to play, nothing more to say. So yeah, this was a fun little quick romp into a territory that I don't go into quite often. I wonder, does going up against the USSR team mean that they cheat in the game like they did in real life? It certainly seemed like they were when I was playing against them.